Hello there. Hope you're all okay. Welcome to our next video in our 50 Reasons Why Jesus Came to Die series. Today's reason is number 38, and that is that Christ suffered and died to create a band of crucified followers. Now, Jesus Christ, he came into the world to die on the cross. That was his purpose for coming. He walked what is sometimes called the Calvary Road. Calvary is the name of the hill where Jesus Christ was crucified, and his life was the road that led him there. He walked the Calvary Road to the cross, to death. Now, the cross was always the plan for Jesus's life. God had already told his people that this was the plan long before Jesus came into the world. We see that on the night before Jesus died, when he was arrested. Matthew tells us that Jesus said to them as they were arresting him, "All this has taken place that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled." That's taken from Matthew 26, verse 56. So the cross of Christ was clearly always God's purpose. And Jesus embraced this purpose and walked the Calvary Road. And he died on the cross for us. He has already walked this road to rescue us from our sin and all of the effects of our sin. But in a sense, the Calvary Road is still where everybody meets Jesus. Every follower of Jesus meets Jesus on the Calvary Road. He meets people on the way to the cross. Now, why is it that I say that? Well, Jesus said to all of his potential followers, "If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me." He said that. It's recorded in Luke 9, verse 23. If you want to be a follower of Jesus Christ, he calls you to join him on the Calvary Road. That's the case for every single one of you. Christ suffered and died on the cross to create comrades on the Calvary Road, people who would join with him on that road. His aim on the cross was to create this band of believers who live after him on the Calvary Road. Now, think about what the cross was. It was a place of horrible execution designed to instill fear and dread. It's like an electric chair or a gallows where people were hung by the neck until they were dead. And yet, Jesus says, take up your cross. Take up your place of execution. That's what he says. What he's saying is, come and die. He means that we must die today, and we must die again tomorrow. And that's what he calls all of his followers to. Come and die, he says to each and every one of us. In fact, in Matthew 10, verse 38, Jesus says, "Whoever does not take his cross and follow me is not worthy of me." You see, you can't really be a follower of Jesus without bearing your own cross, without joining him on the Calvary Road and coming and dying. That's what he calls us all to as his followers. We are called to be like him in his death. And this togetherness with Christ in his death, this joining with him on the Calvary Road, means that the old self-determining, self-absorbed, self-focused me of self-preservation and self-love needs to die. He needs to be crucified. And all of that needs to happen daily. As a result of that crucifixion, It becomes possible for me to be willing to bear Jesus Christ's reproach, which means that we become willing to be mocked, become willing to be rejected and suffer betrayal, to become willing to be beaten and all sorts of other things, and become willing to even die, all for the sake of Christ, all for being his follower. To close, Hebrews 13 verse 12 to 13 says that Jesus suffered outside the gate. He suffered outside of Jerusalem on the hill of Calvary. Therefore, let us go to him outside the camp and bear the reproach he endured. Jesus suffered on Calvary outside Jerusalem's gates, and Hebrews calls us to join Jesus there on Calvary, to endure whatever reproach may come our way for nailing our colors to the mast as his followers, even if it means death. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Hope you have a good one, and we'll see you later.